Men over 60, let me hit you with a hard truth most men never hear. If your penis isn't getting hard like it used to, it's not just aging. It's your circulation shutting down. Every morning, millions of men wake up, pour their usual coffee, maybe grab a sugary juice, and without realizing it, they're slowly killing their blood flow down there. And that's why so many men lose their confidence, their intimacy, and even their sense of manhood. I'm Dr. Mohit Khera, a urologist with over 30 years of experience helping men just like you. I've sat across from grandfathers, veterans, and husbands who thought their bodies had betrayed them. They believed the decline was permanent, but I've seen the opposite. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond rebuild their strength, their stamina, and yes, their erections, simply by changing one thing they do every morning. Here's the paradox. Most men blame testosterone or age, but the science shows that isn't the main problem. The real enemy is weak circulation and low nitric oxide, and that can be restored naturally, not with risky pills, but with something so simple it's probably already in your kitchen. If you're tired of waking up cold, stiff in all the wrong ways, and feeling like less of yourself, imagine this. One morning, drink that opens your blood vessels, restores flow to your pelvic region, and reignites the part of you that makes you feel alive. Stay with me, because I'm about to reveal 7 powerful drinks, starting with the one that works the fastest, that can help men over 60 bring back their circulation, their vitality, and their confidence where it matters most. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another tip designed to help men over 60 reclaim their health and vitality. And I'd love to hear from you. If this message speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and let me know how I can improve these videos for you. Now let's dive into the very first drink, the one I recommend above all others. It's simple, natural, and backed by strong science. For men over 60, this drink can quickly recharge circulation, fuel nitric oxide, and bring back energy and confidence where it matters most. Beet juice. 1. Beet juice, the natural nitric oxide charger. When men sit across from me in my office, often with their shoulders slumped and voices quiet, they'll say, "Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore." And almost every time, I start with one of the simplest, most overlooked changes a man can make, beginning his day with beet juice. It may sound too simple, almost laughable compared to the pills and treatments advertised everywhere, but I can tell you after more than 3 decades working with men over 60, this drink has given back more vitality than many prescription bottles ever could. Beets are loaded with natural nitrates, and when your body takes those in, it converts them into nitric oxide. That molecule is your body's master switch for blood flow. Without it, your vessels stiffen and circulation slows, leaving you with cold feet, heavy legs, and fading erections. But when nitric oxide is restored, everything changes. Blood moves with freedom again, reaching not only your heart and muscles, but the very core of your masculinity. A single glass in the morning can improve circulation within 30 minutes, and consistency makes the difference between a fleeting lift and a lasting return of strength. I'll never forget George, a 66-year-old retired engineer. He came to me embarrassed, convinced intimacy was over for him. I asked him to try 4 ounces of beet juice each morning, nothing more. 2 weeks later, he walked back into my office with a light in his eyes and said, "Doctor, I feel like a man again." Stories like his are why I insist on starting here. It's not a miracle, it's science, mixed with a little discipline and hope. Now, beet juice may be the fastest way to recharge nitric oxide, but it isn't the only weapon in your arsenal. There's another drink, once reserved for kings, that can widen your arteries and protect your circulation in ways most men have never imagined. Let's talk about that next. 2. Pomegranate juice, the royal circulation restorer. When I talk about pomegranate juice, I can't help but think back to the way ancient kings prized this fruit. They believed it gave them strength, stamina, and even virility. At first, you might think that sounds like myth or legend, but as a physician, I can assure you there's solid science to back it up. Pomegranate is one of the richest natural sources of polyphenols, plant compounds that act like protectors for your arteries. These compounds don't just help your body release nitric oxide, They also shield it from breaking down too quickly, which means your vessels stay open longer and circulation flows more freely. For men over 60, that can mean warmer hands and feet, steadier energy, and most importantly, renewed confidence. Down there. I remember Edward, a 68-year-old grandfather who came to me frustrated that his evenings were filled with fatigue and a kind of heaviness that seemed to follow him everywhere. His wife had noticed the change in his energy and intimacy, and he was worried it was all slipping away. I suggested something deceptively simple: 4 ounces of pure pomegranate juice with his breakfast each morning. Within weeks, he was calling me, his voice brighter, telling me his feet no longer felt like blocks of ice and that he and his wife were reconnecting in ways they hadn't in years. His doctor even noted improved vascular health on his checkup. That's the kind of change that inspires me every day. The beauty of pomegranate juice is that it works fast, sometimes within 30 minutes, but it also trains your arteries over time to remain elastic and strong. It's not a quick fix. It's a long-term ally for your circulation and your vitality, and when combined with a few walnuts or almonds, its benefits grow even stronger. But as powerful as pomegranate juice is, there's a way to supercharge its effects by pairing it with another morning habit that works like a 1-2 punch for your circulation, and that's exactly what we'll explore next. 3. Spinach and berry smoothie. The power combo. There's something almost magical about starting the day with a glass that looks as vibrant as it makes you feel. A spinach and berry smoothie may not sound glamorous, but when I see men over 60 take that first sip, I know they're giving their bodies one of the strongest circulation boosts nature can offer. Spinach is a nitrate powerhouse, delivering the raw material your body needs to create nitric oxide. Without it, your blood vessels lose their flexibility and flow to the areas you depend on most weakens. Add berries into the mix: blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and suddenly you've created a synergy. These small fruits are rich in anthocyanins and vitamin C, compounds that protect nitric oxide, reduce inflammation, and make sure your arteries stay open and healthy. Together, spinach and berries form a combination that not only restores blood flow but keeps it active longer, which is exactly what men in their 60s and 70s need. I think of Harold, a 67-year-old who came to me tired of dragging his legs through the day, weighed down with afternoon fatigue and an intimacy that felt like a memory. Instead of another cup of coffee and toast for breakfast, I encouraged him to blend a handful of spinach, a cup of mixed berries, half a banana, and a splash of almond milk. Just 3 weeks later, Harold walked into my office with a lighter step and told me, "Doc, I feel alive again, and my wife notices it too." That's the kind of transformation that shows how small changes add up to big results. The best part of this smoothie is its simplicity. You don't need fancy powders or supplements, just fresh greens and fruits. It's affordable, it's tasty, and it works. But as powerful as this green and berry blend is, there's another ancient drink, one that's been trusted for centuries across Asia, that doesn't just boost nitric oxide, but also protects it like a shield. And that's exactly where we're heading next. 4. Green tea, the protector of nitric oxide. When I first introduce green tea to my patients, many of them raise an eyebrow. "Doc, you mean to tell me a simple cup of tea can really help with circulation?" And my answer is always yes, but with a smile, because I know how powerful this humble drink can be. For centuries, green tea has been a daily ritual in Asian cultures, not just for its calming taste, but for its healing properties. Today, science confirms what tradition already knew. Green tea is packed with catechins and polyphenols, compounds that protect nitric oxide, the very molecule your body depends on to keep blood vessels open and flexible. You see, as men get older, nitric oxide naturally declines. That means less blood flow to your legs, your heart, and yes, your most intimate areas. But green tea acts like a shield, preserving what your body still makes and amplifying its effects. This is what makes it so invaluable for men in their 60s and 70s who want to stay active, confident, and connected. I think of Harold, a 70-year-old who had been drinking 2 cups of strong coffee every morning for decades. He came to me jittery, restless, and drained by mid-afternoon. I suggested he switch to green tea, brewed fresh each morning, with just a squeeze of lemon to boost the effectiveness of its catechins. Within weeks, he came back to me with a grin, telling me his energy was steadier, his legs felt lighter, and his wife had noticed a spark of intimacy returning to their marriage. That's the kind of change that can happen when you choose the right fuel for your body. Green tea doesn't hit you all at once like coffee. Instead, it works gently, consistently, and protectively, day after day, giving you the circulation support you need without the crash. But as effective as green tea is, there's another morning ritual that looks almost too ordinary to be powerful. Yet when used correctly, it can thin your blood, protect nitric oxide, and set the tone for smoother circulation all day long. Let me show you exactly what that is. 5. Warm lemon water, the morning reset. Every morning when you wake up, your body is slightly dehydrated. Your blood is thicker, harder to pump, and your circulation feels sluggish. That's why warm lemon water, though it may seem far too simple, can be a powerful way to reset your system and give your circulation the spark it needs. The vitamin C in lemon isn't just about immunity. It plays a direct role in supporting nitric oxide, helping your body produce more of it while also protecting the molecule from breaking down too quickly. The result is blood vessels that stay wider and more flexible, allowing smoother flow to your heart, your legs, and of course, to the parts of your body that define your confidence as a man. I think of Samuel, a 72-year-old who told me his mornings were always the hardest. He'd wake up stiff, with cold feet, and little motivation to move. Instead of reaching for another cup of coffee, I suggested he start with a simple glass of warm lemon water, just half a lemon squeezed into 8 ounces of warm water. 3 weeks later, he returned to my office with brighter eyes and a smile. "Doc," he said, "my mornings feel lighter, my energy feels smoother, and I don't dread getting out of bed anymore." That simple change gave him back a sense of ease he thought was lost forever. The beauty of warm lemon water is in its accessibility. It costs almost nothing, yet it hydrates your body after sleep, supports digestion, and primes your arteries for better flow throughout the day. Add a teaspoon of honey or enjoy a few almonds alongside it, and you're giving your body even more support against inflammation and blood sugar dips. It's ordinary, yes, but that's exactly the secret. It's hiding in plain sight, and yet, if you're craving a habit that feels more indulgent, something that combines pleasure with real science, there's a surprising pairing of 2 favorites that works like therapy for your arteries. Let's uncover that next. 6. Coffee with dark chocolate, the indulgent circulation booster. When I tell men that coffee and dark chocolate together can actually improve their circulation, most laugh and think I'm joking. After all, how could something that tastes like a guilty pleasure possibly be good for you? But the truth is, when used wisely, this pairing can be one of the most enjoyable ways to restore energy and support blood flow, especially for men over 60. Coffee provides caffeine, which stimulates circulation by increasing heart output and temporarily widening your blood vessels. On its own, though, coffee can cause jitters, spikes, and crashes. That's where dark chocolate enters the picture. High cacao dark chocolate, at least 70% or higher, is packed with flavanols, powerful compounds that relax arteries, protect nitric oxide, and keep blood vessels flexible. I think of William, a 63-year-old patient who told me every morning felt like he was stuck in first gear. He loved his coffee but hated the sluggish crash that followed. I suggested a small change. Enjoy his coffee, but pair it with 1 or 2 small squares of dark chocolate. Within a week, William was amazed. He reported sharper energy, lighter legs, and even improvements in intimacy. What once felt like an indulgence turned into his daily prescription for better flow and vitality. The beauty of this combination is that it works in 2 stages. Coffee gives you the immediate boost, while the flavanols in chocolate extend and stabilize that benefit throughout the morning. Together, they create balance, quick energy without the hard crash, and stronger circulation where you need it most. Of course, the key is moderation, black coffee or lightly sweetened, and just a small piece of quality chocolate, not a whole bar. It's proof that sometimes the most enjoyable choices can also be the most effective. But if you're searching for something that not only supports circulation, but also calms inflammation and strengthens your body from the inside out, there's a golden drink that has stood the test of centuries, and that's where we're heading next. 7. Golden milk, The ancient anti-inflammatory tonic. There's something deeply comforting about ending or starting your day with a warm cup in your hands. And golden milk, made with turmeric, milk, and a touch of spice, offers more than just comfort. It's been used for centuries in traditional medicine, and modern science now shows why. The star ingredient, turmeric, contains curcumin, a compound with powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. For men over 60, this matters more than you might realize. Chronic inflammation silently stiffens your arteries, makes your circulation sluggish, and robs you of the energy and strength that define vitality. By calming that inflammation, golden milk helps your blood vessels stay more elastic and responsive, restoring flow throughout your body, including the areas of your health and confidence that often fade with age. I think of Richard, a 69-year-old who often complained of waking up with stiff joints, cold legs, and a low sense of drive. Instead of suggesting another pill, I encouraged him to make a nightly ritual of warm golden milk. Just a cup of milk, half a teaspoon of turmeric, a pinch of black pepper to boost absorption, and a drizzle of honey. Within weeks, Richard felt a difference. His mornings were easier, his circulation steadier, and his intimacy improved in ways he hadn't expected. The ritual gave him not just health benefits, but also a sense of calm and renewal at the end of each day. Golden milk isn't flashy, but that's its strength. It's simple, soothing, and profoundly effective. The curcumin works with the healthy fats in milk to improve absorption, while the warmth relaxes your body and sets the stage for better rest and stronger mornings. It's the kind of habit that feels like self-care, but also works like medicine for your arteries. And here's the real secret. While each of these 7 drinks is powerful on its own, when you bring them together in your daily routine, their benefits don't just add up, they multiply. Let's bring everything home in the conclusion and uncover how these choices, combined, can transform your circulation and your life. Conclusion: small choices, lasting strength. After walking you through these 7 drinks, beet juice, pomegranate juice, spinach and berry smoothies, green tea, warm lemon water, coffee with dark chocolate, and golden milk, I want you to remember one simple truth. Age is not the enemy, neglect is. Too many men over 60 wake up believing heavy legs, cold feet, fading intimacy, and lost energy are just part of growing older. But I've seen firsthand, again and again, how small choices, what you pour into your glass each morning, can rewrite that story. Beet juice recharges nitric oxide almost instantly. Pomegranate juice widens and protects your arteries like a royal ally. A spinach and berry smoothie fuels and shields your circulation in perfect balance. Green tea acts as a gentle guardian, while warm lemon water hydrates and resets your system. Coffee paired with dark chocolate transforms indulgence into therapy for your arteries, and golden milk calms inflammation while nurturing your strength. Each one has its own role, but together they create a powerful rhythm that supports your body day after day. I've seen men in their 60s and 70s walk into my office worn down and worried, and weeks later return with brighter eyes, lighter steps, and renewed confidence in every sense of the word. That's what happens when you give your body the tools it's been asking for. So, the choice is yours. Will you keep starting your mornings with habits that drain you, or will you pick one glass, one sip, one decision that fuels your strength? Your best years can still be ahead, and it all begins tomorrow morning.